What is up, everybody? I am Taylor. I'm not sure if you can see Eddie. He's frozen, and apparently his audio is not working. So it's a great night. It'll be super pleasant, actually. The first time Eddie's ever been quiet in his fucking life, so we're good there. Yeah. What's up, Las Cruces? What's up, Sid? What's up, Mark? How you doing, buddy? So, yeah, I don't know if Eddie's coming back. I don't know. Yeah. What's up, Las Cruces? Oh, and I've got myself in the other thing because I'm a rookie, but Anyway, how's everybody doing tonight? I just got done watching the first episode of what's it called, Last of Us. Wasn't bad, kind of slow, but decent start to the series. I thought it felt kind of like I've never played the video game, but it felt like a video game. It's like it had all like graffiti and stuff that looked like it'd be markers in a video game, and there's conversations that looked like sounded kind of like there were conversation trees in the game and stuff. So I don't know. It was good. I'll watch it. I like Pedro Pascal, and what's her face was the little evil little little queen from Game of Thrones. Can't remember her name, but whatever, or their name. I don't know if I guess they're non-binary, but whatever. Yeah. So, and that's about all I've got. This is gonna be a very short chat. If it's just me talking into the void, because I don't know. I got no Eddie, got no Rob, got nothing. Got nothing. We'll see if I'm gonna check my Instagram chat and see if anybody said anything over there. But because apparently, yeah, the people are having issues. So it is what it is. We'll see what happens. So, anyways, what's up, Mike? How you doing? Yeah, it's a slow night. Eddie's audio is not working. Rob's not around. So if you want to jump on cam, you're welcome to. The StreamYard link should be pinned. That goes for anybody. If anybody wants to jump on the StreamYard link, is pinned. I'm hoping I see at least one penis on camera tonight to make it all worth my while. And yeah, like I said, I just watched. Has anybody else watched Last of Us? I just watched the first episode. It was not bad. I mean, the only episode out right now. Not bad. And yeah, I also just finished watching his Dark Materials season 3, which is the last season of that. I read the books a long ass time ago. I don't really remember them, but it was decent too. Like, what's up, Darius? How you doing, buddy? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Glad you. Thanks for dropping in. So, yeah, I know. Like I said, this is gonna be a real awkwardly short night if there's nobody else to chat. But I'll just keep chatting. I'll talk into the void while I take my Benadryl to fight all my lovely ailments, and we'll stay here till I get super sexy and pass out. It'll be great. Yeah, Last of Us wasn't bad. I liked it. I like I said, I've never. Well, here's Rob, so we'll see what he says. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
How you doing? No Eddie?
Maybe my audio is not working. I can't. You guys in the chat, let me know if you can hear Rob because I can't hear anything from anybody. So
well, I maybe can hear you. What do we got here? Let's see. Hello from New Mexico, live from Las Vegas. It's
I know
Cranky Mofos.
Here we go. Oh yeah, okay. I'm an idiot.
You had your computer muted or your audio muted?
No, I had it. I had my. I had it reversed on StreamYard. I had the default mic set to the Mac mic, but it was working. But then I had speakers set up to this, so that wasn't working. So Eddie, if you're still around, it wasn't. I just had it swapped out.
You're trying to use your microphone as a speaker.
Yeah, it turns out that doesn't work so well. So
no, it can, but it's not. You blow out your microphone usually.
Yeah, so whatever. Eddie, if you're around, you can come back, buddy. But
fundamentally, a speaker and a microphone are exactly the same thing.
Yeah, well, fundamentally, it just didn't work on my fucking end, so it is what it is. Yeah. How you doing, man?
I'm good. Yeah, it's just a different. One takes sound and converts it to energy, and the other takes energy and converts it to sound. They have the same components inside of them and everything. It's just the size of the diaphragm. And that's what she said.
It's all that's life. It's all about the size of the diaphragm. Anyways, what's up, Corey? What's up, John? How you
doing? If the diaphragm's not big enough, there's life. If it is. Anyways.
Like I said, there's a reason it's been labeled mostly comic chat or somewhat comic chat. We don't really talk about comics here.
Sure we can.
This just turns into a hot mess.
I can talk about comics. I went to a comic show. Yeah, I went to a comic show this week.
Nice. I'm guessing you picked up a few things.
I did. That video will drop on Thursday
Yeah, so
It's
there you
available
go.
today for channel members. Channel members
you
are
go.
able to go view it now, but it'll be Thursday for all the peasants. Wait, no, I'm just kidding.
You're nice. All the commoners. What's up, Eddie? It was my fault, not yours. So
Yeah.
yeah, I had my input and output backwards. So I was trying to go in the back door and out the front door or whatever.
Sounds like you're in a bad day after some alcohol.
Yeah. You're having booze? Nice.
Then
what's up, Rolando? How you doing, buddy?
The scam book that happened. That was fun.
What happened? Sorry.
You know what that?
This Monday, this Monday's mail call video was about this comic that I got. Somebody tried to scam me on.
Oh, fun! I haven't seen it. I'll check that out.
I'll talk about it. It's fine. It'll spoil it a little bit. You can decide if you want to watch it for yourself. But essentially, there was a Bronze Age book that I was picking up. First appearance of Power Girl, right? And I ordered it. It was a 9.2 CGC. Got it off of Short Boxed. And when I was doing the unboxing, I'm like, oh, as soon as I pull it out, I'm like, the book's in there crooked. And I'm trying to just, do the tap to straighten it out. And it wasn't moving. I was like, oh, that's really weird. And so anyway, I'm talking about the book, and it's just, I started looking at it. Well, wait, right? I can see the seam line for the inner well, but the book is sticking out of the inner well seam line. That doesn't make any sense.
Huh.
And then finally, what we did is after the video, my initial recording, went back and I started really looking at it. I noticed there was some damage on the slab during the unboxing initial. Then as I started looking at it with a magnifying glass, started realizing that the edge of the slab had some, you could see where there was like adhesive inside there. The top of the slab wasn't actually coming together. And then when you looked at the inner well, you could see one spot near the top where the razor blade had gone a little bit too far in, so you could start to see it. But then when you really look at it, it runs all the way down the seam.
So they cracked it.
So somebody had cracked a slab, slit the inner well, removed the book, and then replaced it with a lower grade book and then with a cell, which is really crazy because it's really only it was a $300 book. It wasn't like this was a $1,700 book or something else, right? And then they were selling it. They sold it through Short Boxed. I mean, so it was like, so when I reached out to Short Boxed, it was like,
they're so sure they were like, oh
yeah, because that's their whole thing. The whole idea of Short Box is it's a third party guaranteeing the transaction, right?
Yeah.
So they had me send them what I had. So fortunately I had a video of me unboxing the damn book and discovering it, combined with all the up close photos I had. Sent it to them. They instantly said, "Hey, here's lost plastic. You got it unboxing." They said, "Here, go ahead. Send us the book back, and we'll refund you money." I sent them the book back as soon as it was delivered. They refunded me my money, and now they'll do their thing with punishing their
I'm
seller.
sure.
But and the whole walkway through, it was over. Less than 2 business days from when I reached out to them before they had basically said, okay, well, we'll get this taken care of. So, they did exactly what they were going to do. And I'm sure that guy's probably no longer a seller on Short Box.
Probably not. Yeah. And it's a weird book to pull it on. Like it really
dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, it's just kind of a like that's a strange book to really try and pull that with. Like,
I really don't think you'd expect it.
The only thing I could think of was because the book at a 9.2, I had agreed, it was funny. It's like, it was a book I was watching. He made an offer to me of 300. I accepted the offer because that was about $25 below fair market value and stuff. And I had a free shipping thing and it was all good. And then it was like, when I got it, the book that's in there wasn't like a trashed book. It was probably a 7.5, 8.0 book. So it's like, I don't get it.
Like $50 difference, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure that
It's it's probably like $100-$150
Yeah,
difference,
maybe.
but still, I mean, it's like it was maybe somebody was just testing the waters to see if they could do it.
It's
Yeah,
easy to see. Yeah.
yeah.
But
Oh my.
because the picture that was posted was definitely, and this is the thing I didn't care for, was like on eBay, at least I can go back and look at the original photos.
Then once they're
On
down
short
on
box, I could see the image, but a little bit. You can't really kind of zoom into it and stuff like
yeah.
you normally could. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't go look to see if the number on the blue label was the same as
Oh,
what
yeah, it
was
was the same.
pictured.
Yeah.
Because I could definitely tell you that the book that was pictured was not cockeyed.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but
Oh, well, at least you got it sorted.
so yeah. So, anyways, that was Monday's video. Tomorrow,
Nice.
Thursday's video will be my Berkeley comic show haul. I will tell you, it was about 6 inches of comics.
Oh.
Girthy or lengthwise? I mean, yeah, that's
Height wise, when you stack them, yeah.
Nice.
Stack them face
That's
down.
not bad. No, Eddie, was your shop set up yet, Eddie? okay.
No, I just started getting stuff ready for it. But Mattel. Oh, by the way, CGC is shipping my final 2 X-Men in number 18 and 49.
Oh, I did look for you, Eddie. You know what? The show I was at,
Yeah.
there was a guy who had shit, and he had books that you wanted based off the last numbers you gave me,
Yeah.
and they were probably at a really probably fair price, because I ended up getting a really big book from him because I ended up paying like $150 below FMV.
Wow.
But I figured that you probably just didn't have the money in reality.
Yeah, I'm working with about $200 right now.
Yeah.
I gotta pay my first month's rent. But no,
Yeah.
kind of annoyed because the 49 was in beautiful shape and it came back at 7, and the 18 came back at 6.5, which I'm happy with. I had it pressed, I think, but I mean, it's just 2 more slabs for it. But this also showed up in the mail. I know you guys aren't into Hot Wheels, but this sucker's going for like $150 right now.
Nice. I didn't big in you, but I don't. Well, I guess I will.
It's the
Hang
Cowabunga. I know. It's Hot Wheels.
That's more boring than Pokemon.
Yeah. Oh no. Also, it showed up in the mail just for my. I bought these. I have one of these undone, but the guy had these put together. And it's basically a Hot Wheel, as in like a Lego version.
Gotcha.
So and it comes with a little smaller one that matches it, kind of.
Aggressive is asking if it's. Yeah, I think Eddie's looking for 1 to 100. He's got like 6 or 7 left, right?
Oh, 7 left. 1 through 5, 9, and 12. Which you're talking all major.
Yeah, the guy had it. The guy was looking at. He had a 2 and a 4.
Yeah,
in the bin. And they were. And let's put it this way, Eddie. These were low grade books. They were in a bin. They weren't on wall displays. And he had them tagged. And this is what, because this is the big book I got from was this bin. They were tagged 20% off his marked price. And his marked price was at FMV. For at least
you can. I mean, every once in a while you can find some really good shit at some of those little smaller.
Well, so this is a show that I'm gonna have to try to go to more frequently. The problem is they usually do their show on Saturdays, which conflicts with my my YouTube stuff. But essentially, it's a bunch of local vendors and dealers and whatnot, and they set up like in a high school gym. And
there's
it's $10 to get in. And that's it. There's nothing but comics there. There's no t-shirts, like no mugs, no ancillaries. The only thing the closest, or the only thing that I saw that wasn't comic books necessarily were the vendors that also had pulp books or magazines in addition to their comics. But I mean that's it, right? And most of the stuff that they had that were raw was Bronze and Silver Age or Copper.
Oh, nice.
Bronze, Silver, and Copper. Most of the modern books that were there were slab. There was only because like I went in there and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll look for some of these Miles Morales books I need to fill in my run. No, there's nothing modern there. I'm like, okay, cool. Let's look for the other stuff then.
Yeah, I was on Whatnot, and I've realized now I'm actually going to be probably cutting down all my modern stuff to almost. I mean, I might just stop getting anything new now. I'm going on all old stuff. But talking about magazines, I was on Whatnot. And this guy had some cheap, some interesting weird books. You'll tell me about them, Rob, when I get them. There were some older DCs, some really just oddball names and stuff. I'm like, for $3. Fuck it, they're 20 centers, 50 centers in good shape. But then he put up 2 old hit parades from the 80s, like with Poison and Motley Crue on the front.
Oh,
I paid
Jesus.
$3 each for them just to have them. I'm going to put them in magazine holders and put them out for $20 each in my shop just to
Did
see
you
how.
have Did you have a big permed out hairdo in the 80s?
No, I had the mullet. I
can
have
see
my
that.
wedding picture with the mullet down here. I
Nice.
showed you guys that picture before. I got that picture
Probably,
on Facebook somewhere.
Yeah.
But no, I'm slowly. I think the weekend after this is when he's planning on moving us in. Is when he wants us in, or maybe
That's
this
not bad.
weekend. No, 27, 28, 20, 29th. But I'm up in Salt Lake City the first,
right.
second, and third for training, and I have a job
Justin
interview.
did a thing, Rick and Morty. Oh, is there some controversy? Oh, yeah, there's some controversy with one of the creators, right? On Rick and Morty. I don't know. I'm not caught up on all of it, but yeah, there's some.
Right back. I
think what Sid's talking about is some controversy with one of the creators, Rick and Morty, but I'm not 100% sure. So
I know that there's a Rick and Morty.
Yeah, I know that there's. Yeah, there's a sort of traveling comic show that goes around Wisconsin, and it'll hit probably like half hour, 45 minutes for me eventually, and like it's usually $3 to get in, and they have like rotating. Like people can show on it very cheap, so it tends to be a lot of the same guys that show on it and stuff. But like, I went to in Appleton, which when I was living up there, and like this one guy, there'll be people that sell things. It's mostly comics, and it's all just sellers. It's like kind of what you're talking about. It's in a whatever space they can find to rent out for cheap and like fill up. And I had one guy like I was kind of just I was on a cheap. Feeling cheap and domestic abuse. Thanks. Yeah, and on the way out, this guy had like a $5 bin, and like he was giving deals to everybody. So I just pulled like 20 books out, and he gave them to me for like $75. And it was a bunch of like bondage Wonder Woman and stuff, and like second appearance of Nubia, first cover, and like $4 each is what he was charging for these things.
The show it was like you going through there, and as you're pulling books out, most of the guys, as soon as you pull out a stack and put it down and let them look at it for a second, they're like I pull out stacks like, okay, here's $75 in books based on their tag price, and I'm getting ready to throw out a number, and he goes, well, I don't know, $40.
How about
and and you're like, take it. Go. There was one guy had
those little shows is the guys really want to move inventory.
Yeah, that's it.
And they will bundle it without you having to dicker.
Right. There was one guy there that had these tables. He must have had probably 30 short boxes, and they were all filled with books. Every box was labeled $1. Right. So it was all dollar books, and I didn't get to him initially. I was coming back around later, and by the time I got around to his table, it was like 3 hours left in the show, and he just stands up and says, he's got this big sign that says everything's half off. So now those were all 50-cent bins, right? It's like, I didn't even get a chance to look. I just all of a sudden people just like. It's like, I looked at a couple of them. I was like, all right, there's a reason why this stuff is here. These are, I don't have I don't want to waste. I'm not going to waste the time going through there. Although there might be a gem in there or something. I'm focused on looking at other things, So, but it was a great time, great conversations, and with a lot of those guys, and some of them I've started to see now at a couple of these local shows around here. You start to see them on a regular basis, and so now you start to get enough times that they recognize you. One of the guys was telling me, when I showed up, he goes, "Oh, hey Rob," he says, because he follows me on IG too, and he's like, so he knows what I'm collecting. And he's like, I pulled these from my inventory to bring with me for you. When I found out when you said you were coming, and I was like, oh, great. I think, okay, yeah, well, I have that, but I need that one. Yeah, let's take that. And so that was kind of cool, And
we do that with the Hot Wheels guys at the conventions. We used to do that all the time. Yeah. Find out what the guy wants. Guy goes, I'm into some weird car that nobody cares about. We go out of our way at other shows to grab any of those other cars, bump the price up by 50%, and make some money on them.
Well, so this show actually on their website they have a form. It's like, tell us what you're looking for. Submit your
That's
wish
awesome.
list here.
Yeah.
And so they basically, you can put your wish list in, and they'll circulate it to the vendors and that are coming, the guys that are coming to the show and stuff, and let you
I don't
know.
know about that.
Niners are going to lose. Niners are going to lose Sunday.
They at
Sunday
least
night.
beat the Seahawks. I kind of hate both teams, so it is what it is. But Tom Brady got his ass kicked.
I'm not guaranteeing guaranteeing any wins, but I'm just going to say though that I didn't see the Raiders in the playoffs there, or whatever. I don't see whatever team you support. Their old man, Dallas. Oh, that's why you're saying this. I
watched them take apart, Brady last.
Oh yeah, no, my team has the old quarterback that decided whether or not to retire. It's like far.
Green Bay. I didn't even see them in the playoffs. So
I wonder, is Brady going to retire? Is Brady says he's going to retire yet?
No,
that was embarrassing.
I'm talking about Rodgers. I don't give a fuck about. I don't give a flying fuck about Brady. So
I hate him. I just don't care for the guy. As long as he lost, I really didn't care. I mean, it's so funny watching some of him get so pissed off when he tried to throw the ball out of the end zone.
I like Mike McCarthy. He was the old, obviously old Packers coach. But Jesus Christ, man, how do you 4 extra points you guys missed?
Oh God, that was poor Maher's done. I think I feel sorry because he's done perfect the whole rest of the season, but 4 extra points in a row, and I'm like,
well, is it Niners Cowboys next Sunday?
Yeah. So I have a question for you, Eddie. Does Dak Prescott know how to throw when he's laying on his back?
Yeah, well, he barely got sacked once yesterday. He hasn't been sacked much lately.
Guys, let me know in the chat if you think they should bet a comic on this game.
I don't even care.
Well, let's see what Micah Parsons does to the San Francisco line. I'll go with our defense.
We'll see. It'll be fun.
That game yesterday was definitely defense on defense.
The Niners and Cowboys had a rivalry when they were in the same division, and it's nice to rekindle it a little bit every once in a while.
See, I've been bored. I've been picking up things like this for no reason.
That's not no reason. That's just welcome to the phases of collecting, Eddie.
I have never heard of this
variants, and now you're on the silver bronze age Marvel.
I have never seen this ever. I don't even know what the hell it was. I saw
a reprint. Cool, it's a reprint of something. I'm pretty sure. But.
Yeah, it is. But really weird. I mean, I don't know. I was doing with one of the guys I follow for Whatnot, and you do blind pulls, and you get. I wanted the Grail. I wanted the win. So I spent too much money and then realized, shit, I didn't win the Grail. But then he gave me some other book as extra $10 book.
Nice.
Still, here's your consolation prize. Your first place.
I sent a mystery box to Jack Beeks. I lost when the bet with the Packers Lions, but I haven't heard from him. I know it showed up there, but I was like, I threw some fun books in for him. Nothing crazy valuable, but I kind of know what he likes. So I was like, I gave him a few fun ones.
He hasn't been doing much lately, so.
No.
Well, yeah, Sunday's going to be a good game. I don't know who's going to win. It all depends on how Dallas's defense goes.
Fantasy team, nice. Hey, well, if you want any books that are torn up, you can go peddling Pete's on Whatnot right now. So
torn up.
Well, he usually gets upset at somebody and tears up a book.
Oh,
yeah, and it's his birthday apparently, so you can buy him pre-torn if you really want. So. Right now he's got. What's up, Chop? How you doing?
I can't.
Yeah, if anybody wants to jump on, there's a StreamYard link's pinned.
Link somewhere.
I have difficulty watching him.
Yeah, I don't. He's on mute right now.
Mostly from the concept that I understand that some people find him entertaining, but the old school salesman mentality in me says you don't insult your customers, and that's about that's his shtick, right? Is to insult the customer. So. That's not my thing, so I just can't.
He sometimes has really good books and whatever. So he's on mute right now.
The few times I've seen some of the books that he's had that were interest, or where I've been able to see clearly when he's held up a book to something he's describing a grade. I've not been impressed by his grading assessment. By the few that now again, I've never had one of the books where he said this is this and that. I can only go off of when I'm looking at a video, but sometimes I'll go, I think you might be a little high on your assessment there, buddy.
Yeah, that's fair.
I was watching a guy on Whatnot last night. His first ever one. He had a bunch of Silver Age stuff, but starting off like $2 hits. And I'm like, but then he's not showing the book. And then at like 10 seconds left, he starts showing the book. And the entire side just ripped up. And I'm like, glad I didn't bid on that even for $2. I don't want it.
I don't have a problem with somebody not knowing their grading and they think that they give it a they give it an assessment of a grade. If they could have a VG book and call it VF all they want,
Actually,
but as long as you're only asking VG prices. But if you start going by VF prices and insulting people that they're not buying your VG book at VF prices, then that's you, buddy.
See, I did something stupid on Whatnot. I saw the guy. When your screen like fades out when they're having bad internet, and all I saw was X-Men, right? Old X-Men under 50, and another book. And I swear that he wanted it was up to $13. So I said, okay, fine, I'll go for it. Maybe it's a better copy than I have. And I just pulled it out of the trash because when I finally got it, this thing is. This is what X-Men 54. It is so. You see the corner right here. He ships it like this. I mean,
hey, Eric, congratulations, sir. No, it's awesome. Congrats on your
Taylor needs to make you big because we can't see shit, Eddie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hang on.
This thing, I looked at this and
I think that might be dog-eared.
A little bit, yeah.
It's dog, but I mean, I couldn't see in the damn picture, and the book is waterlogged. It smells like it is. I mean, I'm like, oh my god,
hey, dumbass! Don't bid on stuff like that.
Well, I couldn't see it. $13. I had already bought other stuff from him, so it was kind of one of those where I had it on for the hell of it. But here you go, watch.
Fair enough.
Want to have some fun? Ready?
Somebody just paid $40 on Peddling Pete's for a Web of Spider-Man #1.
There's one X-Men and one less X-Men available.
There you go. You just Peddling Pete the whole thing.
They paid $40 for a raw one.
For a raw Web
this was like 900.
They overpaid.
Yeah, they did. I'm aware. Yeah, that was my point.
It's a $25 book raw max.
I remember like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, it was like a $5, $10 book. I love that cover. It's one of my favorite Spider-Man covers.
There's just too many people who get this concept that a raw book should sell for slab prices because they think that it's that.
Burn it? I can't. I have a lot of the lighter with me to burn it. This is one of the other books I picked up, and I couldn't see how bad the edge was on it. I mean, I thought it was. I like the cover. I just bought another reprint, but still, I mean, it's in such bad shape. I'm just like, I wouldn't even put that into a mystery box and give it away to somebody. I've never thrown books away as soon as I open them up. The other books I got for them were fine. They were some old Thors I wanted with cool covers on it, but hell, I ripped it in quarters, dude. It's gone. And by the way, my comic shop, this is how much I get annoyed by this guy. He goes, I got some really cool books in it, but I already sold them off. I said, what'd you get? Oh, Spider-Man $299 and $300. Okay. Could have at least told me you
Eddie
got
won.
them.
You just missed him tear up a book, Tyler. Yeah, if anybody wants to jump on camera, the StreamYard link's pinned.
This is what's left of an X-Men 54.
Yeah. Nice.
Whoops. I mean, it was so waterlogged.
Or if anybody wants to follow Eric on Instagram, he's going to be raffling off on New Mutants 98 pretty soon. So,
yeah. One of these days, I want to get that book back. I actually sold off my X-Men 98 by mistake. I want it back one of these days.
Deadpool's not a character I give a shit about. Like, it's just,
but it's just one of the ones I liked having. Yeah. I had the whole run of New Mutants at one point, of that year.
I hated when Liefeld came on New Mutants. I think he kind of wrecked the book.
Oh, I hated when Sienkiewicz. I call him Sienkiewicz, the artwork. I hated that shit. Yeah, I'm talking as an 18-year-old person. I hated his shit back in the day.
That's fair. That's
not
fair.
bad now.
I was covers. You and I are the opposite.
2-year-olds threw them together, huh?
Yeah.
Some of the
covers. You and I are the
opposite.
So I love Sienkiewicz when I was reading him back in the day when they were coming out. It was like nothing else on the stand. Really, I was like, this is fucking awesome. So
I just hated those covers, like with the Wolfsbane character looking like a puppet, looked like a 2-year-old did the outline on it. I was like, and Cannonball, you couldn't make out what the fuck it was. I mean, I was like, as an 18-year-old,
he had the flat top and the big ears. Anyways, this is where Eddie and I disagree about artwork. I'm right and he's Eddie. So
no, I don't like Liefeld either. I hated Liefeld too.
Yeah. What about you, Rob? Were you ever you never really into the X-Men, were you?
No.
Yeah, or
I dabbled with Wolverine, but that was it.
Nice.
Was it painful?
I don't mind. I mean, I admit it, I liked Wolverine, but like, I don't know, not.
Well, that was like the first 4-book series I ever got was his, was that was that series, you know. And
Yeah,
like,
no, back
Sure.
back in my initial collecting, I mean, that was like I was like super excited. That was like my one big run that I had collected. I went back and did back issues on was to get issues the original series, and then I had up through I think it was around 115 or something
of
before
which series?
of the original volume 1 of Wolverine. Um,
What's that one
so
considered? Oh, okay, I remember when it came out.
or
When
volume 2, I guess technically. Volume
after
Sure.
1 is the
Marvel
limited
Presents,
series, but
right?
The miniseries, yeah. I
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
kind of like the
So
miniseries.
Miniseries Marvel Presents, and then he did have his own series. I remember.
yeah, that was it. That was the minute
Yeah,
that regular
Yeah.
series. I was up to you know up to about I think the last thing
hey,
last issue.
Hector Tease, whatever you could like, man. It wasn't my jam. And like
Yeah.
when the series Rob's talking about bugged the shit out of me. Like when like all of a sudden Wolverines and Madripoor and his patch and like all this shit. It's like just
Yeah,
fucking tell a
that
Wolverine
kind of
story. It's like, dear God,
Yeah, but I
don't
mean that was all
bullshit
stuff
him
that
right off the bat.
I
that
at
that
least
was
liked it
those were
because it was
books
a
I
single
got.
character stuff where he's doing partner
I get
stuff,
it.
buddy stuff. But whereas the
Yeah.
whole team, for whatever reason, I never cared for all the all the X-Men stuff was just I think it was kind of just too intimidating. There was just so many of them and everything else. I was like, well, I don't want to even get into that shit.
Yeah.
And so I was happy to. I was more of the the lone wolf guy, man, the Spider-Man and Wolverine.
I understand it.
Those
I like the
those
Frank
were the
Miller miniseries because fucking ninjas. What more do you need? You get
right.
ninjas.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, then
I remember.
Fantastic Four I was reading back then in the day, and I can't remember what else.
yeah.
And then, of course, the 2099s until they went away. But
See, I remember the first few books I collected would have been the first book I can remember when I used to go to place in Claremont, the packing house. And what was it? It must have been Secret Wars, the first series, number 7. I think that's about when I started. Would have been X Uncanny 187, maybe 185. I think is when I and I went back to try to get them. I'm still missing quite a lot from 1 to 150, but I then started working on sub 100.
I gave up on all the X-Men shit when Hickman left, and like it was a struggle for me to keep up with it. Like that stupid ball thing, the Mutants Ball, whatever the fuck it's called. And then
the current stuff.
yeah,
the current
Hellfire
crap.
Ball, Hell Gala, the Hellfire Gala, or Hell whatever the fuck. And so
The current stuff,
and
I
I
guess,
just
wasn't.
I got and I don't like Gary Duggan or Jerry Duggan, so like on the main X-Men title, so I just like I'm not going to try and keep up with the 10 books they have going or whatever.
I really
Like,
think I'm going to start just canceling books I don't want. I don't like any
Yeah.
of the new things. Anything I try to get, I'm not enjoying any of it. I just want to buy the older stuff and say screw it.
well,
I
then
mean, sounds
do what you
bad.
like, man. Why? Welcome to everyone else's world too. Why not?
Don't collect the way that other people think that you should collect. Collect the
Well,
way you
no,
want.
because I always thought I'd go back since they did
What's up,
X Men.
Ricky? How you doing, buddy?
I got X Men. I got Gambit. And then I still like Department of Truth and all those, but that's the kind of stuff I'm going to keep going with.
Well, I mean, I like reading the new stuff a lot. I mean, obviously, it's what I do every week. But like, if I'm like looking for books to collect, I'm looking still Silver Age DC, some Silver Age Marvel, and then like 90s indie books that no one else is hunting after. So,
you got like this. What's that? One of the two? What are the two you're looking for? The comic shop.
April #1, and then Love and Rockets. The first appearance of Love and Rockets would be
They have
Love
some
Rockets
weird Love and Rockets. It looks like a magazine style thing.
Yeah. I guess it's my second or third print, but because the first print, there's only 800 copies made of it. It's a goddamn ghost of a book. But
okay, yeah.
I would like, and it's honestly just because. What's that?
I thought it said it was number 25 when I looked at it.
Well, I mean, the first bunch of issues of Love and Rockets were bigger magazine style stuff. So
there were it's number 25, and it's a red and black cover. That's all I know about this. I'll sit there. Nobody wants it.
If anybody wants to AOK me the Fantagraphics box set that's like $400 and this thick, I'll happily read it and review it for
you. This review, courtesy of.
Yeah, exactly.
We know it's sending you books to read and do reviews.
No, my buddy Mike POS still is. I just haven't. I need to. I got a stack of them I got to read. And actually, the LCS guy up in Appleton, he gave me before I moved. It's been a couple months, so sorry, Gary, if you're watching this. He gave me the Trailer Park Boys trade paperback to read, so I got to read that too. But yeah, I mean, I get it. Like, the era of the X-Men I really liked was like it was the Claremont shit where like the Siege Perilous and all that kind of stuff, and then all where all the mutants were persecuted and all. I mean, obviously they've always been persecuted, but stuff that era of the stuff with like, especially when Mark Silvestri was on the title, I really liked his art on it, and
yeah.
But
see, like I did a random good old Going Twice Comics $20 pulls, right? I'm thinking, gotta at least get something decent. This is what I got. It's a $2 book. And even their minimum was like $5, and this thing's like not even worth that. I think might not even have this issue, because if it is Uncanny 400, I've got I got from 200 to 400 already sitting over there that I collected when I was just collecting X-Men to keep it up. I really stopped probably reading sometime around 300, 320. That's when I got really kind of. I enjoyed the 180s and 140s, 150s.
That's the problem, I think, with all the mainstream stuff aggressively is like all the bigger name titles are just a fucking chore to keep up with. Like all that, because they always have crossovers or multiple things going on. Like I don't give a rat's ass about like the Spider-Verse-y, whatever what they call them now, Rob. I don't even know what the new one's called. The new event.
Oh, Dark Web.
The large shit show.
I don't care.
There's two kind. There's kind of like two, almost the current
like
Spider-Man.
Two going on at once. Yeah.
Well, because you have Dark Web, which is the kind of the crossover event, which is going on. But then you have the Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man title, which is really like an event almost book, because it's all the different Spider characters and this whole thing in the end of the Spider-Verse, and it's spilling out of the Edge of the Spider-Verse 2 or whatever. So
yeah. And like Batman on DC has too much. Like, dear God, there's like 10 Batman titles a month, and all the X books. There's got to be at least 10 X books. Like I'll read. That's why like the Marvel books I read like Moon Knight, because like he doesn't. It's like one title I can keep up with, And,
I've been keeping up with that one a little bit, but I'm still behind by several.
Fortunately, if I do with Batman, for me it's okay. I read Batman and I read Detective Comics. That's it.
What's up, Jim?
I'm done with all the
and for a while, like, I actually enjoy some of the Star Wars stuff too, but like when War of the Bounty Hunters hit, that turned me off so goddamn much. I was like, I'm fucking mad.
Well, they sure going like massive amounts of books.
Well, they're doing, they've really made it into within the Star Wars right now, right? So you still have the Bounty Hunters title is going on. You have the Star Wars title. You have the Darth Vader title. You have the Dr. Aphra title. You have you have the High Republic. You have the High Republic Adventures. Then you have your Mandalorian, which is just publishing the series. Then you have right now there's a mini series. There's a couple of mini series that are going on. You have the Yoda mini series. There's Hidden Empire.
Yeah, it's too
much. Chewie. Yeah, it's like holy cow!
The Mandalorian season.
You could be literally have an entire pull box. I don't know. In my LCS, you have to have like 10 books minimum to have a pull box. But you could do it all Star Wars pull box and just
it'd be fine. Yeah. How you doing, Jim?
I'm doing okay. I was going through my room tonight. I just have a ton of these freaking mailers, and I refuse to like chuck them or anything. So I'm just randomly picking people out on the YouTubes and sending them stuff.
I need something open. Tell me what you got, Jim. I need something open. I'll buy one.
Any of them that have crushed corners, just recycle them.
Oh no! I'm totally recycling everything, man. I mean, not everything. There's some that are bad.
No, I'm saying the ones that have crushed corners, don't reuse them.
No. But I mean, like,
recycle shit.
Yeah, this one I just got probably last year from the Comic Mint when I got that Strange Academy one I wanted. I mean, can't just chuck that.
I don't know.
So I'm putting in.
I honestly send out way more stuff than I can do with those things.
See that, I mean, I said, man, I can't believe how many has accrued over, a year and something, and you just start going. And every time my wife comes in the room, she's like, "This looks like an eyesore. You need to clean this up." And I'm
fire hazard.
It's a
That's how I felt
hazard,
about
right?
that
So,
Spider-Man booth boxes. I didn't want to get rid of them because I had too many. They're good boxes.
right.
Like
They're really nice. They were.
at some
I
point,
think,
I mean, I read near most of them. I have a few of the ones that I designed or whatever, and then a
Right.
couple others. But like I got rid of the bulk of them because I sent them. I sent a lot out for mystery boxes, and I say do some of that. But eventually, I just had to like flatten them all out because I had way too many of them.
Yeah,
Right.
for the most part, those like I have a few of them that I have left, and I'll take them with me. Like when I went to this show, right? I throw them in a bag and take them with me because I'll fill up books and I'll put books in those boxes and I'm carrying them around.
yeah,
Hey, what's
they're
up, Chris?
perfect
Sorry,
for
buddy.
that.
Yeah,
missed you.
I brought a few the last time the show we went to.
But I definitely should. But I mean, with the giveaway stuff that I do, I end up shipping out so much stuff that I churn
Yeah.
through most of that stuff pretty readily. But I do enjoy. I will just recycle anything that's got some damage on it. I just recycle it because I.
There
I
you
don't
go.
know what to send you, Chris. I got to think about that.
Let's see,
Some
Jim.
good old
Do a
American
mystery
books to
box.
send to Canada.
I need a decent mystery box to open.
But Jim, if nothing else, if you have that many that are stacked up, you should just go ahead, grab a bunch of them, and recycle some of them. Do you guys have cardboard recycling at your house?
Yeah, but I don't want to do that. I want to be creative with it and send out stuff to people.
You might still be able to do that, but still have way too many. I don't know. If
Oh
you
yeah,
can
no, I do. I mean, I could
that's what
take
I'm saying.
them.
It's just
Oh yeah, no. There's stuff going to the we have a recycle bin and all that, and I'm definitely that's my weekend project. Is according to my wife, you need to
Utah's
do
got a
this weekend.
dump
So
recycle bin.
There you
some
go.
of this will be
And, yeah, you can-
being in the recycle bin.
yeah, but you have to label it to Chris and then internally label it to
Yeah, whatever.
Chris on
Figure
the
it
Chris
sorted.
on the Chris.
yeah because
Yeah.
if it's not addressed to Comic Pick Chris, his proper name, they don't take it. He says.
Chris, DM me stuff on Instagram that you like to collect. I wouldn't mind sending you something, sir.
I know he wants the first appearance of Elf Quest. So if you have that,
My first wife loved ElfQuest.
if I do, it would have been in a mystery box. I'm just starting to find stuff. I'm like, how did this get here? I shipped a stack of books to Candace Barboza, who was on Gary's hot seat one night, because I looked at her Instagram because I didn't know who she was. And I was like, holy crap, she likes all this stuff that's in this pile right here that all came from mystery boxes that is not part of my PC. I just wrapped it up and said, here you go.
Nice.
You look like you'll enjoy it. I mean, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, stuff that's just not, it's
Not your
not
wheelhouse.
for me. It's not,
Yeah.
but it was like one book in a mystery box that came with a bunch of other stuff. So
I
Eddie,
will say-
buy Flo Dameron's mystery box. He's got
Yeah.
I've already
$75.
bought ones from everybody who has them out right now.
From
I'm
Flo
trying to
Dameron?
keep- I did a
From
while
Flo?
back. Yeah,
No, Flo's
Yeah,
just
Flo-
came out. $75
yeah.
bucks.
Flo dropped one for $75.
I know. I
you know.
bought one in the last 3 months from him.
Oh, so
trying-
you're not
it
buying.
says actual
So 3
Dracula.
months. So 3 months is too. We're talking about current.
I'm trying to find ones that people
guys-
I haven't hit. I don't know, Jim. On last
Yeah.
one you ever put out?
Did you
Actually, no, I
go
did
to
one
did
from
you
about
check out
6
that
months ago.
Barbarian Kung Fu sell stuff one?
I went to his webpage. I didn't find it.
It's not a webpage. It's an IG.
I
I
saw
mean,
a
his
few on
ideas-
eBay not too long ago, Chris. They were like $150. I don't know the condition, but yeah, it's not a cheap look. So
I thought I looked on his Instagram. I didn't see him have any left.
You have to like read it. It's like it's not a it doesn't look like a normal mystery box thing because it's a build your own thing. It's like this weird, I forget what the image is, but it's like you have to read stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll look.
That's
it
why
up.
you land on his page, it says, I'm like, read, don't ask me stupid questions. It's like I took the time to post.
I
It's
will
like,
say I've not done a mystery. I've not opened a mystery box in
there you
at
go.
least a year, and I kind of miss it a little bit. But
I
I
you
just
know
got
what?
one from the promiscuous time traveler.
oh, nice,
Oh, that's
Kyle.
right.
Nice. Was it a cut?
That's the
I
custom
didn't know
one,
he
right?
dropped.
No,
custom one?
it was one that he dropped it in the summer. It was this whole thing where it was going to be a completely custom, build it yourself, guaranteed double value.
Oh, nice.
And you pick the amount
Right.
that you want to spend. You pick the books that you want him to include, and he would guarantee double value. And then he went into he had some issues that came up at home that caused a delay. He ended up suspending it, but he kept talking, doing stuff, and then finally he's in a position to go forward with it. So the people that had reached out to him when he first posted it, he's taken care of. So like I sent him, and then he said for waiting, like he was doing an extra value on it.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to open it. Actually, that'll be an upcoming video.
I remember when he did that. I couldn't afford it at the time. I probably could do one from him now. So maybe I'll.
Well, you could because it was a make your own money amount. You could have said,
yeah. Oh, I know.
But
that was before I got the new job and all that. I was pretty.
Yeah.
I know I was about to move and shit. So
right.
You're living large now, right, Taylor? Got that big money.
Still don't have
big money.
I still don't have a couch, Jim, but I'm getting there.
Yeah, how was the apartment looking?
About the same. I mean, it's fine. It's a small place. It's just, I might. There was a leather couch on Facebook. I might go look at this week. We'll see. I'm being frugal. I don't make a.
You get yourself a used futon. I'm sure that'll be sanitary.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Leather you can at least wipe down and clean up and recondition. That's my thought on that. But like, I'm not doing it. I live in a college town. I'm not going anywhere near a used futon.
So now, are you still? Are you? Where did you go to? Wisconsin? I mean,
I'm still in Wisconsin. I was in Appleton, and now I'm down. I'm in Madison now. So
okay, so you're in Madison. All right, I couldn't remember. Yeah. I thought you said you'd only did a couple hours away. So I was like,
yeah, it's like 2 hours away. It's not bad. So
if he's in Wisconsin, and he's still in Wisconsin, he's only a couple hours away.
Well, I mean, it's not compared to California, but for the compared to like the East Coast, it's a pretty large state. So
it's still only a few hours from one end to the other.
Well, for the tip, it's probably I'm guessing about 8 or 9 to go north and 6 or 7 going east-west. So yeah.
But
in the snow, barefooted, you have to walk a long way.
Exactly.
So
I have to push my car uphill both ways.
Right. So I will pose a question. I didn't know if you guys saw it today that I thought was interesting that Marcus brought up on Instagram. Did you guys see that? What book, when you see it, we already know Rob's. What book, when you see it that you can't pass up, you just go ahead and buy it, even though you have like 7 copies in your PC already?
Not a lot. The first appearance of one I like is the first appearance of Jesus Christ.
First appearance of Jesus Christ. That's
a
big book.
Yeah,
that's a big book.
I like Taskmaster. So first appearance, if I find it decently priced, first appearance of Taskmaster, I think I've owned 5 or 6 slabs of that one. I've always upgraded and got rid of the older ones. But some of them are like, I'll make a random, like it's an 8.5. I'll make a random, hey, I make a random eBay thing, and they take it, and I'm like, shit, I got 2 of them. Don't need 2 of them, so I get rid of it.
Yeah, that's a good book.
I've got 2 I can think of off the top of my head, Jim. I've got because I can usually find them for cheap or in like back issue bins, and if I see them, I say add them, and I've got a bunch already. Star Slayer number 2, which is the first case of the Rocketeer, because like a lot of people don't know the book or they don't care, so it's like and then I'm one that also I'm just specking on that nobody fucking else is, and I don't care. I like the character. Is Teen Titans number 20? I can't remember what volume it is, but the first appearance of Crush. It's Lobo's daughter.
Oh yeah, sure. That's like that volume 3 or something.
These are all just dumb little minor like what the fuck flyer books for me. Like that's
Well, back in the day when we used to do cons, when I was doing, I bought 20 copies of Omega Man number 3, first appearance of Lobo, and I actually got rid of. I had like 5 left when I got back into collecting, and they all came back 9.8. So I was amazed. So I kept one and got rid of the rest. So we had like 20 to 30 copies back in the day.
Rob, what's yours?
Oh, I thought we already knew.
I do, but I want you to say it anyway.
Yeah, Spider-Man 2099 number 1, baby.
2099, yeah. Hills to the I knew it, but I'd win that answer on the game show, no doubt. I'd be like, it's 2099.
The newlywed game. It's like, whoa, Spider-Man 2099 number 1.
Yeah. But I think
that
for me,
5-pack that I picked up, if you don't saw, I posted on IG
yesterday.
Yeah. Holy cow! First of all, I was really surprised how many likes that one's gotten.
The one with the 2099 in the front?
Yeah, so it was a master.
collectible.
It was a 5-pack of books.
Not
So
sure.
this is one of the
Nice.
things I found at the con. It was tagged at $20, and when I saw it, you know, it was still all sealed in the cellophane and everything. I was like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." I assumed Gary B had sent me one that was X-Men 2099 on the front, and the other 4 books inside were subsequent X-Men 2099 books.
Cool cover.
So I assumed that this book was the same thing. That was like the first 5 issues of Spider-Man 2099.
Sure.
But for $20, I'm like, oh, hey, it's a sealed Spider-Man 2099. It looks, from what I could see, it looked in good condition. There's the others. I'll pick it up just because it's kind of cool, and I'm that guy. And then when I got it home and I opened and I actually looked at the back of it, that was when I realized that it was Spider-Man, Doom, Ravage, Punisher, and X-Men 2099 number 1s. So it's all five of the original number 1 X-Men 2099 books in their foil goodness. I was like, oh, God damn. For $20, that was a score of a lifetime.
Yeah, you only overpaid by about $18.
Okay. I got a quick question. When you I'm working on my last CGC put in to use my credits. When you my God, what's it called?
Holder.
When I reholder, I want to rehold. I got this cheap from somebody, but it's got a big old hunking crack on it. When you reholder ones with signatures, I mean, I looked it up by the number, but it doesn't say it's a signature copy of it. Does that matter?
When you mean you look up the number, it doesn't say.
Because when you rehold it, you have to look up the comic book by the.
You enter in that number, yeah. But that's fine.
Not saying it's
does it matter?
Well, when you look up the grader's notes on that one, does it say that it's signed?
Well, I didn't look up the grader's notes. I just looked up the.
Well, I don't think when you enter it in for a reholder, I don't think it doesn't pull up that stuff. It just says, okay, this is the book, and it logs it on your log for the submission.
Okay, I'm getting an X-Men 20 and a Daredevil 196 reholder.
And all that really matters, it doesn't matter if the label whether it pulls it up or not. What matters is that book the book.
Yeah. It's like this one got that thing scratched off, but the number on this book is like 0005.
Yeah.
It's a low end one.
Now I didn't know this, Taylor, but there's a gold one evidently, right? A gold foil up here instead of this red, because
there's a couple of different variants.
Yeah, Nerd was posting on something about he was looking for the gold foil Turok, and I thought they were all the same, but I said he needs to. Who's that guy that he used to talk about that used to buy them all the time? Damn, what was his name?
I actually looked for the Turok books because I wanted to get some extras at the con down in Vegas and couldn't find any. It was all Unknown Comics and all these other companies, not a single.
Yeah. I found these two at a used bookstore here where I live, and
nice.
They're like minty. I mean, like I was like, man, I'm buying, and they were all $1 a piece. But for me,
there's 3 variants of that cover. There's a chromium cover,
right?
There's a gold cover variant, and then there's
the red.
The red.
Well, both the chromium and this other one is, but it says it's listed as a VVSS variant series. I'm not even sure what the hell that is, but
I don't either.
All right.
But for me, it's whenever I see those Marvel Universe books, the encyclopedia ones. I'm like, I got to get these.
Oh Jesus! I got a bunch of them to send you.
I've been buying them back because I used to have the not the original series, which is like the retro looking one, but the white one. I found we were down near Duncan, Arizona, and I found tiny little places are $1.75 each. I bought all I could find. I have a stack of them now.
Scott let you know what it is, by the way.
I'll never get them all, but
Valiant Validated Signature Series.
Oh, okay.
And the Grader's notes, by the way, did actually say signed by Nakayama on a certain date.
So there you go. So you're good.
Yeah. That's all. I was wondering. I expected when I looked it up, it just says Nakayama variant cover A 9.8.
Yeah, because that's all they care for logging it from that perspective. When they get there, they're gonna do a glance at it to verify that the book's still looks to be like a 9.8, in which case then they'll holder it. If it looks if the book looks like it's got damage, then they're gonna send it in for regrading.
I just figured I might as well get my. I guess I could have these things pressed and cleaned, but I'm bad. I'm just sending the damn things in. I'm sending in 3 raw books too that I want graded. Nothing worth anybody.
So
wanting.
all those are going to be separate submissions.
Also, can I put them in the same box or no?
You can put it all in the same box, yes. But each one is going to be, so the reholder is going to be a submission.
Yeah.
Your raw books are going to be a submission. So with each one of those, it's a separate $5 submission charge. And then it's a separate return shipping charge. Because
I'll have 2 boxes.
Even though okay, it's only 2 submissions.
Yeah, I'm doing a few. I'm doing like Micronauts #1 and X-Men. All these are, and then this. I like this. I love this cover. It's one of the metallic.
I always just like to call that out because sometimes people don't realize that, or it's good for even if you do, good for people in the audience to understand. With CGC, you have to be careful. Just because you fill everything out at one time doesn't mean they're very. If you can't mix and match. Whereas like when you send a CBCS, I can send everything on one submission form and it'll be one return shipping, whereas some modern, some silver, some whatever. It just is going to be whatever the longest lead time is. That's what the lead time is for the whole thing.
Yeah,
whereas CGC is going to charge you a separate submission fee. And this is the same thing with like if I'm sending 5 books in and I choose like, I want the character label on these 2 books, but these other 3 don't have character labels. That's 2 different submissions. They're going to charge you $10 in submission fees instead of 5.
Speaking of the guy with the mystery box,
2, and it's 2.
I do have. Then I have one question. Last question. How do you? Okay, now I just filled out, and I haven't done this for a while. I just order summary of just those. But then, how do you go back to add in? Now I've got the 3 reholders, and then I want to send in just 3 books. So how do you go back?
It's a separate submission.
Oh, okay, but then it'll put it on the same cart. Or do I have to put the cart?
No, you'll pay them separate. It's now like they're trying to make it a little bit more obvious that they're separate submissions. But
so I have to review the cart, pay for those.
Yeah, because a reholder is completely different than when you submit books that aren't reholder books.
Gotcha. Okay, I'll do worry about it later.
Yeah, you can kind of do that combo thing where it splits it into one cart when you're doing like some economy and some not or whatever, but when you're doing reholders, those are completely separate than anything else. Same thing as crossover grading. It's completely separate and independent transaction.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised that my X-Men books I sent in on June of last year finally shipped. Only took them 7 months.
Yeah,
those are Silver Age.
Their Silver Age is like right now. That's the long wait unless you pay for
188 days.
But it's not nearly as bad as it used to be, unless of course you're having them press it. But
no, I didn't. I had them actually pressed by comic book presser and whatever.
Yeah,
those were done.
How many more of those damn boxes you got to sell? I didn't take a look because I
think it's at like 5. I think that's it.
People go look at the previews. Holy cow!
I am tempted because there's a couple. There's like 3, from what I can tell, of the stacks. There's
3 you want?
1, 2, 3. Well, I mean, I'm sure I'd be happy with all of them, but there's like 4 or 5 of the stacks. I'd be like ecstatic to get. Actually, like
it's $75. It's not like it's ridiculous.
I mean, one of them you get like a first Dr. Aphra, a Hawkman #1.
Yeah.
Like
right.
Hey, I already sent you a friend. I already sold you a first Dr. Aphra.
Yeah, but if he can get another one for only $75.
Yeah,
I charged him 20, I think.
Plus the other books that are in there.
If you get the negative space Moon Knight and I get the Dr. Aphra, I'll trade it with you.
I would be down for that.
I don't care about Star Wars at all.
See, my thing right now is I'm going to have
as far as being in my piece.
It's Flo Dameron there, Chris. Right up 2 people above you there. Flo Dameron over on IG. He's got a $75 mystery box. It's a great looking box from what we can see on the preview stuff. It's $75. Of course, that's probably U.S. shipping. I don't know, Flo, to be able to talk to you about what shipping to Canada would be.
I found there's a link right to the box. So,
Taylor, did you get?
What's up, Jim?
No, go ahead.
Oh, I just dropped a link to Flo's box there. So
yeah, did you get anything when Alan was in the chat saying, "Hey, I bought this collection"?
No, I was too late for the ones I wanted. Like I just didn't.
Yeah, he put a lot up, some good stuff.
Yeah, I bought that one.
Nice.
I think I might even take it and send it in to Justin just to get it pressed and throw it out there and get it slabbed, just because I think it looks cool.
What is it?
It's the Suicide Squad #1, and it's just I don't know. It's not that it's like super pretty or anything. This to me is pretty. This is the other one I bought.
Oh, that's a
Champions
nice
#1,
one.
man.
Yeah.
Those colors pop, and I don't know. I've always been a huge fan of this.
You know, it's a sexy book.
Nice.
It's nice book, but I know it's like based on what I saw, what the recent sales are on it. I'm not a player, unfortunately. Not right now.
Right. I was gonna say a Frazetta book, man. I would think those would be.
There you go, Flo. Very good.
Nice. One of these days, I'll get to 1,000 followers. But now apparently instead of 4,000 view hours, you can also get 1.5 million views on your shorts.
Oh,
Yeah,
Flo. In addition to being able to help say that you're helping to fight cancer, it's definitely a win-win.
I just like it for the mustache, the mustaches. I want to see the mustaches.
Yes,
that is what I like the best.
It seemed like the correct thing to use for.
Absolutely. If you put something else, I'd have been like, all right, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. He needs to change this right now. It's just like Chris's. I mean, if he didn't put some type of like military stripe or anything, I'd have been like, what are you doing?
Yep.
You know. So, and his emoji, if he didn't have a Spider-Man emoji, I was going to be like, I don't know who you are.
That's why I make sure I have a 2099 one. So
right, exactly. You got it. You have to. But
I don't have a bubble helmet. I don't think I need to get a bubble helmet one. So those will be my next ones, I guess. I'll have to find some sci-fi emojis for my next batch, maybe.
Well, Flo, I just claimed one of your boxes, sir. So
there you go.
You know,
I did Mr. Box in over a year. So
I dropped
bought shit.
I dropped one short of a wheat penny I dug out, and it got 1.8 or 1,000 views, and I was like, "What the? It's a wheat penny, people. It's not gold."
There's like no, it doesn't have any rhyme or reason to me. I have books that I put up there that like like this book goes up there. It's over 1,000. I put up like this my Spider-Man, the Toy Biz Spider-Man,
right?
14. And it's been up for like a week. It's like, what? How do you can't even tell me that accidentally you don't get it has more comments than any other short, but it only has like 14 views. And then like you put it's like they're all over the place. It's like I
wonder
about
get that.
I'll have to have Flo will have to come on and give me a lesson on
the algorithm
on how to work the shorts.
Yeah, I had one that had like 4,000 views. That was
the only way I know how to work the shorts is like this, man. It's
that's more than I ever wanted to see.
I had one that like
below the knee.
I've never tried a YouTube short.
I put one up that said, "Am I rich yet?" now, and it just had some stupid like Bat Piggy book on it, and it was 7 seconds long, and it's gotten like 4,000 views. So,
well, there's a lot of stuff. I think sometimes the people who come up with the good ones, if you can't come up with like bouncing boobs, then the next best thing is some kind of really clicky baity thing.
Right, you have to title it right. You have to title it right, because that title of mine is like, let's go find treasure or something like that, and people. Right away it's like, oh yeah,
what comics are on my wall just isn't selling it. But,
no.
I've got a better shot at getting 4,000 view hours. I'm 800 short. So and
there you go.
I'm also
I work off the view hours. I don't care about the shorts. The shorts are just trying to.
I'm also
get additional
77 followers short of 1,000.
I'll teach. I kind of cheated. What I did was I could go to Midtown Comics, shoot, post this on. Yeah, it'd be interesting to do. Flo, maybe I'll talk to you later. Maybe we can maybe we'll do a members only video or something that we can you can talk about it for those people that are interested in that, because I'm not the hash browns work too. I've been working my hash brown game.
Yeah. What the hell's a Broll post?
B-roll.
B-roll. Okay,
yeah.
sorry, I'm like tired.
It's
My
too
brain's
techy
like-
I mean,
for
the
me.
shorts are something that I'm curious to play with, only because, it generates a few. It does get some exposure, and it has generated a few subscriptions, and stuff, and that's interesting. But I don't want to go off and do stuff that's not related to my channel, though, because then it becomes just garbage. But I would like to be able to augment what I'm doing.
So
I
basically,
thought
like,
about doing them too. I just
like maybe
got
take
it.
a short of just the Galactus statue. Don't say a word and just post it.
with some music, but
Oh, okay.
You have to
With
put the
some
music
bouncing
in
boots.
there.
which
How
is
do you
funny because
know?
the only one of
Some
the most of the ones I've done, I'm narrating. One of the only one I did with music was the Flash Gordon. Didn't do very well.
How do you get the music? How do they do the music?
They
How do
have there's something that you can
You can
insert a
select,
file,
yeah, but you have to
Oh,
know like what the title is, who did it, or whatever. Make sure that when you're,
So there's not like a pre.
There you go.
There's
Yeah,
not like
yeah,
pre
Flo,
music
I
you can put on
understand.
there. Okay. Well,
Yeah, well.
I am so I will never get above 400 and some odd subscribers in my life. So really, I'm at who gives a fuck point.
No, the reason why I like the shorts is because sometimes when I'm videoing and I'm digging, I may not, I don't know what's in there. I mean, I think I know what I'm going to dig up. I'm like getting pretty good at saying, okay, yeah, this is going to be a dime or this is going to be a pen. I can, but sometimes I open up the hole and I'm like, okay, that's not what that is. And the clip is just not really, it's pretty small. It's not a long clip. It's like less than a minute. So it's easier just to throw up a short of it than to have to sit here and edit 8, 9, 10 clips and make a video. I mean, I can do it and I have done it, but sometimes it's easier just to say, you know what, let me throw up this short.
Yeah.
So you just put it up like any other video, and I'm okay.
Well, it has to
it's
be
gotta
a
be ver-
vertical.
it's
It has to
gotta
be a vertical format.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I shoot all of mine on my
under
phone.
a minute long.
So
Yeah,
basically, do off your phone under a minute. Okay.
Right. I got a chest mount for Christmas, so when I'm out in the field, I can shoot. I can say, okay, this sounds good. I'm going to shoot this and see what it is. Or that's why you're never probably ever going to see any gold, because gold does not come up good on metal detectors. People really do not understand that. I spent all day last Sunday just digging for gold, just to see if the area I was in, it was near a high school. There was a lot of foot traffic. And I thought, you know what? There might be a kid that lost a high school ring. I dug up so much bottle caps, pulled tabs, cans that were crushed and stuff, because those signals are just like gold. I mean, they're right there in that same thing. So
according to Brian, you got to rename your shorts. What's in my hole?
What's in my hole? Oh, that'll be one of them for sure.
Or just digging for gold. Just show you picking your nose.
Yeah. But I
at-
don't know. I thought
look at my
it's
hole,
just
look at
easier
my
to do
hole.
than editing all that. So, damn, 3 or 4 shorts a night when I get home from work. Yeah, but your flow, man. You got that swagger. You can do that. But
hey, he's got to squeeze that in between work and his time assisting
DJ
Link. So that's a tough life, man.
Well, you know how
That's
all
true.
these channels, like a lot of the comic review channels, have like new stuff that's coming out the week, and so they double down. They get like what they're thinking about buying, and then they do their reviews. It's like 2 videos out of it, and I don't do that first half because I'm always like, well, it's gonna suck, and I'll be disappointed. And so if I'm saying, hey, you should buy this, think it'll be great, then I feel like I'm being dishonest. But I might start doing shorts where I'm like, here's one book I'm gonna buy if I can find it. It'll probably suck. There's my short.
Hey, Flo, yeah, I'll reach out to you here this week and see maybe we can squeeze something in before you do your regular video. That says I'm thinking of doing something just for members only. That way, it'd be like a teaser and give you a chance to kind of beta test what you want to do in your main video when you eventually crank that out.
All right. Well, I do have to get up at 4:30, so I probably should go to bed.
Yeah, we're getting about the hour. And
I just wanted to jump on. I hadn't been on in a long time, and
yeah, thanks for coming on, buddy.
I wanted to say hey.
Tomorrow night at what is it, 6 o'clock Eastern or no 7 Eastern? Comics Vet.
7, yeah, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Chris is having this giveaway. Nobody show up so I can win everything. All right, then it'll just.
If I don't show up, then how are you going to win anything?
Well, Rob, you need to show up, but no Las Cruces. No, who else is winning all the time?
One of the I have to go pick out the slab still, but I do know. In addition
Las
to the
Cruces, no Kenneth Bird. No,
I have to find a slab to give away still. But aside from the slab, I'll be giving away this trade paperback of Last Hunt.
That's
this is a beautiful.
But
I got a slab too.
I know I'm subscribed to Flo's. I thought I was subscribed to Flo's thing, and I can't find his damn channel. Why is it terrible on me?
Eddie,
he
just
does
type in
bada
FLO
boom
period Dameron.
That's what I thought. FLO period.
Okay.
What am I doing wrong?
Old man can't figure out Instagram. That's
Can't figure out shit. It's too hard to do. God damn it.
Are you doing Instagram? Are you talking about Instagram?
No, I thought I was
trying to find Flo.
YouTube.
No, we're looking at
I
Instagram.
think. Well, his YouTube is Bada Boom Podcast. They have a Bada Boom podcast that he does. That's on YouTube.
Oh, I thought he did. So these short. I'm fucking confused.
That's
Shorts
okay.
are done on YouTube, are they not?
This sounds like a perfect time for me to leave.
It is.
Yeah.
Right, Joe.
Thanks.
I'll talk to you
All right,
guys later. Bye.
And like we're gonna beat this dead horse now that Eddie can't figure out how to look up Bada Boom. But thanks for showing up, Eddie. I love you all so much. What's up, Miss So? Oh, what's up, JPG? Your crotch is just at the end of it all. Honestly, I'm about to go to bed. Sorry, buddy. But thanks for jumping in, everybody. Thanks for saying hi. Eddie, what you got coming up?
Fuck, I don't know. Don't worry about it. Who cares?
Rob, what do you got coming up?
Yesterday, I dropped a video on I got scammed video that we talked about. Tomorrow, Thursday, I got a video on my haul from the Berkeley Comic Show, about 6 inches of comics and a massive key that I didn't think I would own or get a chance to own. And then Saturday will be only slabs. We got the Cantonese Comic Kid coming on as our guest.
Nice. Nice. Tomorrow night I got my weekly, Cranky Comic book review drama.
Wait. Is that actually him? Sorry. Go ahead.
What are you talking about?
Is that JP?
Okay. Yeah, JPG. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Anyways, and I am steadily creeping my way up to 1K. So I will be doing a giveaway at 1K at some point. It's going to be a little bit. I'm like 77 followers short. So if you're not following me, I'd appreciate the follow.
That's upward movement, though.
Remind me, I'll log on to all my different chats.
It's gone up. It's gone up about a bunch in the past 28 days. So, but so I'd appreciate it. I will be giving away stuff when I get to the. Yeah, exactly. Don't leave a G on McFly, McFlig, McFly.
Yeah, we need Mondays back. Damn it!
And I will have an interview upcoming at some point with JPG. We're going to talk about Ninja Funk, how he's taken over, whatnot. See what he's got coming down the pipeline, what other new stuff he's got rolling. He's always got stuff in the works. And we'll just hang out and catch up on old times. Well, all right, we'll get it scheduled. And I'll yell at him for no longer being on YouTube where everyone loved him and forever and ever. Now he's just got Mollywood on there, who's great, but he's no JPG. So, and everyone give Brian an LCS a follow as well. So we can argue about something. We'll figure out something. JPG, we'll definitely fight about something. All right, everybody. Have a good night. Don't be a dick. Talk to you later.